So welcome back to another SmackDown vs Raw 2007. So nagpapasalamat ako sa inyo lahat sa pagsuporta na aking channel, lalo sa mga dati ko pang gameplay na SmackDown vs Raw. So pagpatuloy natin itong gameplay natin. So let's fucking do this, guys.
So welcome back to another SmackDown vs Raw 2007. So nagpapasalamat ako sa inyo lahat sa pagsuporta na aking channel, lalo sa mga dati ko pang gameplay ng SmackDown vs Raw. So last time kung daw nagkakamali tinapos na natin yung Wrestling Mania 22. Si Orton yung kalaban natin. So begin week na tayo.
You wanted to see me, Teddy?
Absolutely, player. I've got some big news for you. Have a seat.
No thanks. I'd rather stand.
Suit yourself, dog. Now, I ain't gonna beat around the bush here. I'm just gonna come right out with it. You've just been traded to Raw.
What? What do you mean I've been traded?
Easy, easy. They really wanted you over there, player. You're exactly what they need to take Raw to the next level. And look, I'm not happy about losing a superstar of your caliber, but they made me an offer I just couldn't refuse. Believe that. They gave me everything except TV time on Monday nights to get your contract.
Well, I guess it's not hard to see why. And that WWE title would look great around my waist.
See? That's what I'm talking about. So thanks for everything you've done for SmackDown, player. And good luck to you on Monday Night Raw.
Good luck to me? Hey, no hard feelings, but you're the one who just traded away the best superstar on your brand. Let me wish you luck. Because now that I'm a Raw superstar, SmackDown's gonna need it. Later, Teddy.
Hindi. Ron na tayo. Na-swap tayo. Later that night. Okay. Long, by order of the WWE, by order of the WWE Board of Directors, your World Heavyweight title is property of SmackDown and cannot accompany you to Raw. However, upon vacating the World Heavyweight title, you will be awarded the WWE title, which you may now defend as a Raw superstar. Okay. So, lahat ng pinaghirapan natin nawala. Pero okay lang yun. Conflict of interest. Interim General Manager to be assigned to Raw. Okay. Kayo na magbasa, guys. Ayan, basta i-post nyo na lang. Edge, hey champ.
Hey champ, I just wanted to call and tell you that tonight I'm gonna give you just a small taste of exactly what I've got in store for you at Backlash. Now that I'm the #1 contender, I guarantee that the WWE title is coming home with me. And there's not a damn thing you or anyone else can do about it.
Okay. So SH ang kalaban natin. So punta na tayo sa dito. Okay, Edge. Pero malakas na tayo, okay lang. Environmental grapple, okay.
And it's been reversed. You're not going to get him with that one.
I've been looking forward to this match all night, JR. I can't believe it's finally underway.
This has been a hotly anticipated contest. And as far as I'm concerned,
Ooh.
it's living up to the hype.
No question about that, JR. The fans certainly seem to be into it, that's for sure.
And when it comes down to it, that's all that matters. I tell you, King, sometimes I get exhausted just
Patay.
watching these superstars compete.
I know what you mean, JR. I don't think... Uh-oh. Come on. You got to stop this guy before he really gets going.
I don't think that's going to happen, King. He's built up too much momentum to be stopped now.
I don't care how tough you are, JR. No one can take this kind of pain for long.
You're absolutely right, King. We've seen many superstars tap out to this very hole.
Well, from the looks of things, it's not hard to tell how this one's going to go.
What are you talking about, King? I think this is still an extremely competitive match that could go either way.
You know, JR, it's obvious that the only exercise you get is stretching the truth or jumping to conclusions.
Well, judging from the shape I'm in, I don't appear to be doing too much of either, King. You're looking pretty fit, though, I must say.
Did you ever think you'd be watching these superstars compete against each other here tonight, JR?
I had a feeling their paths were going to cross sooner or later, and I'm glad I'm here to see it.
Me too.
It
almost makes it worth having to sit next to you and listen to those corny expressions of yours. What the heck is a government mule anyway?
It's what you get beat like. We're in the middle of a slobber knock. My God, they're taking this to the fans, King.
These superstars are totally out of control, JR. I love it.
It doesn't appear that Edge is getting much love from this crowd tonight, and who can blame them? They're certainly not getting much from Edge.
That's not true, JR. I'm sure this arena is just full of edge heads tonight. You might not hear them cheering, but that's probably because they're in awe of the fact that they're watching their favorite superstar.
Or maybe it's because the Edge heads turned on Edge right about the same time he turned on them, King. I think they do a pretty good job of making themselves heard, but with those boos instead of cheers now.
I think it's pretty obvious which way this one's going to go, JR.
Well, from my perspective, this is still anybody's match.
I'd like to see things from your perspective, JR, but I'd have to get my head out of my rear end first.
And Lord knows it's been up there for so long that would be no easy feat. Sounds like this crowd's got something on their minds, King.
Who cares about them, JR? Look what's going on in the ring. This match has the potential to be an instant classic, and I think these fans are too... Oh, no! I don't like the looks of this.
He's got the fans behind him, King, and his opponent...
Oh, yeah, no.
Watch out.
What does he think he's doing? He's just showing off for the crowd now.
He's wrestling the match his way, and I think it's going to pay off, mark my words.
See.
I gotta say, JR, I'm really impressed by what we've seen here tonight.
How could you not be, King? These are some of the finest athletes in all of sports entertainment.
I know that, JR. I'm just saying that this has been a great match so far.
It has indeed, King, and I think it's only going to get better from here on out.
I'm not sure I agree with what the crowd is chanting, JR, but I guess it's their right.
You're damn right it is. It comes with the price of admission.
Wow, what a shot! He's been busted wide open. That's going to need stitches for sure.
Stitches, hell. That might mean the end of this match. He's risking serious injury by continuing to compete.
There's no rewards without risk, JR. And these are WWE superstars. They're not going to stop the match just because of a little blood.
See. Spinaruni.
this be what we'll see at Backlash when these two superstars meet again for the WWE title?
Never can tell, JR. I think both of them learned a lot about each other in this match. Next time they get in the ring together, you can bet they're both going to have a few new tricks.
Okay.
All right, listen up. You are looking at the new general manager of Raw.
I don't believe this. This has to be some kind of sick joke. Mr. McMahon named Triple H interim GM.
That's right. I've decided to sacrifice my in-ring career for a little while in order to give Raw the leadership and direction it needs. Now I know that decision's going to disappoint a lot of you, but it's what's right for business, and I always do what's right for business. For example, although Edge has been named the #1 contender for the WWE title, his match last week against the champion left me feeling a little... nah. So suffice it to say, with all the talent in the back, I think Raw can do better than that. And Edge actually won't be going to Backlash to compete for the WWE title.
Well, if Edge is out, who's our #1 contender then?
Over the next few weeks, I'm going to conduct an exhaustive search to find the most worthy contender. And that search starts tonight, when the champion faces 5 top Raw contenders in a non-title, over-the-top rope battle royal.
Okay. Gregory Helms. Oh, man. Si Great Khali. Tayo. Si Gregory Helms, pwede natin bato ka agad. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to
Aba,
Raw.
yung babae.
From Seattle, Washington.
I don't care how rainy it gets, JR. Nothing's going to dampen the spirits of these Seattle fans.
You're right about that, King. Especially not when we got such a great show ahead of us. That's one fewer superstar in this match. He countered that and made it look easy. Well, he just got tossed out rather unceremoniously, in my opinion.
Look at that face on Trevor Murdoch.
He doesn't look too happy about it, but an elimination is an elimination.
What a counter!
This capacity crowd is making their opinions known tonight.
They sure are, JR. And he reversed it.
Oh.
These superstars sure aren't going easy on each other here tonight.
What'd you expect, King? This isn't ballet, you know.
Oh, really, JR? about your in-ring experience?
Well, I've got a pinfall victory over Triple H to my credit. How about you?
You talk about ruthless aggression. Look at the way these superstars have been going after each other.
They're not playing with kid gloves, that's for sure.
We knew we were going to see a heck of a match, but this might turn out to be... No. Go ahead and say it, JR.
All right, I will. I think this one's got all the makings of a bona fide slobber knocker.
What does he think he's doing? He's just showing off for the crowd now.
He's wrestling the match his way. And
up and over and out. Eliminated. Chavo's always talking about living up to his family traditions, JR. But if I were his family, I'd make sure that his invitation to the family reunion got lost in the mail.
If you can't appreciate Chavo's ability, that's your own problem, King. Personally.
Oh, sure. Now the fans start to cheer for him. Now that he's in the driver's seat.
Come on, King. He's had the crowd behind him all match. And now it's paying off.
Listen to the crowd, JR. I think they've got something to say to these superstars.
And if they're smart, they'll listen. Remember, without these fans, these superstars are out of a job. King, is it just me? Or has Daivari been a royal pain in the backside ever since he showed up here in the WWE?
Careful, JR. As royalty, I take exception to that remark. But I have to agree with you. Daivari's done a great job of making people miserable since he arrived.
Well, at least he's on SmackDown now. And this is one of the few times we'll have to put up with it.
Yeah, and here's hoping he gets sent back to fight fights with a few bruises, courtesy of Raw. I'd ask you who you want to win this matchup, JR, but it's been pretty obvious since the start of the show who you're pulling for.
I'm trying to remain as objective as I can, King. Quite frankly, I'd rather see a good competitive matchup than see a particular superstar win or lose this thing.
Oh, come on. Everyone knows you play favorites. You're always trying to kiss up to the fans by talking up whoever they're cheering for.
I've never been a kiss up in my life, King, which is more than I can say for some people. I call them like I see them, and I'm flattered that the WWE fans agree with me as often as they do.
I don't know how much more of this I can stand to listen to, JR. You know what the difference between you and I-95 is? You can turn off I-95. This is going beyond just being a match, JR. I think oh my gosh, look at all that blood. That's going to leave a mark.
What a brutal match. The referee should step in there.
Here's your winner, the People's Champ.
Ayun, hey, this is your general manager.
Hey, this is your general manager. So listen up. I've been getting a lot of crap from Edge about how he deserves to be in the WWE title picture. So to shut him up, I'm teaming the two of you up against Carlito, Kane, and Kurt Angle tonight. I want to evaluate those guys as potential contenders and give Edge one more chance to prove that he deserves a title opportunity. Yeah, it's a 3-on-2 match. But you're the WWE champion. So suck it up, champ.
Okay. Nako, patay tayo. Edge frustrated with Ross 2 GM. Ayun guys, so basahin ninyo na lang. Okay. Okay. Dalawang malakas, isang medyo mahina.
I admit.
Kurt Angle. Ric Flair.
Good evening and welcome to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the site of tonight's live Raw event.
And Pittsburgh has gone completely crazy for the superstars of Raw. And who can blame them?
Not me, King. The Steel City's in for a treat tonight, and I can't wait to get started.
He countered that one perfectly. I'll admit it, it's a little scary to watch up close, but I love watching Kane go to work. He's practically unstoppable. I don't care how tough you are, JR. No one can take this kind of pain for long.
You're absolutely right, King. We've seen many superstars tap out to this very hole.
There's the reversal.
And it's been reversed. He's a slippery devil.
I'd ask you who you want to win this matchup, JR, but it's been pretty obvious since the start of the show who you're pulling for.
I'm trying to remain as objective as I can, King. Quite frankly, I'd rather see a good competitive matchup than see a particular superstar win or lose this thing.
Oh, come on. Everyone knows you play favorites. You're always trying to kiss up to the fans by talking up whoever they're...
And there's the tag.
Oh!
It doesn't appear that Edge is getting much love from this crowd tonight, and who can blame them? They're certainly not getting much from Edge.
That's not true,
Oh.
JR. I'm sure this arena is just full of Edge heads tonight. You might not hear them cheering, but that's probably because they're in awe of the fact that they're watching their favorite superstar.
Or maybe it's because the Edge heads turned on Edge right about the same time he turned on them, King. I think they do a pretty good job of making themselves heard, but with those boos instead of...
I don't know where he thinks he's going. This could be a mistake.
Sakit.
You're not going to get him with that one.
These superstars sure are going easy on each other here tonight.
What do you expect, King? This isn't ballet, you know.
Oh, really, JR? Gosh, tell me more about your in-ring experience.
Well, I've got a 10-fall victory over Triple H to my credit. How about you?
I think it's pretty obvious which way this one's going to
Oh.
go, JR.
Well, from my perspective, this is still anybody's match.
I'd like to see things from your perspective, JR, but I'd have to get my head out of my rear end first.
And Lord knows it's been up there for so long that that would be no easy feat.
His opponent telegraphed that one. Look at this, JR. Can you imagine? Quick tags are the best way to win a tag team match, JR.
Ooh.
I don't understand why you like Carlito so much, JR. What, did he lie to you and tell you that you were cool or something?
I've never been accused of being cool by Carlito or anyone else, King. Quite frankly, I'm not sure I'd know cool if it hit me on my Oklahoma Sooner backside.
Super kick.
Everyone says that Kurt Angle's
Sarap
one of the
yun.
greatest superstars in the business, but considering he went from Raw To SmackDown? To ECW? That's like claiming to be the world's tallest midget.
Oh, come on, King. Angle's an Olympic gold medalist. That he's a multiple-time WWE champion, and he's done just about everything there is to do in this business. He'd be successful no matter where he competes.
Yeah, but do you think it's just a coincidence that he keeps moving to less competitive brands? I think Angle's running scared.
Oh, come on. Angle's never run from a damn fight in his life, and you know it. I've never seen a challenge set in front of him that he couldn't overcome.
Well, you might be seeing one here tonight, JR. It looks like Angle's got his work cut out for him.
Ooh. Ikot
So,
siya.
how do you think this one's going to turn out, JR?
Honestly, King, I have absolutely...
Oh, no! This is terrible! You can't let your opponent build this kind of momentum!
Well, all I can say is someone's been eating their vitamins and saying their prayers. Oh, my! Looks like someone's been busted wide open. This can't be good.
You're right. It's not good. It's great! They're not holding anything back!
We knew these superstars weren't going to be easy on each other, but this is too much.
These superstars are putting on a great match so far, JR. But if they drop the ball, these fans will let them hear about it.
I don't think that's going to happen, King. These competitors know that their paychecks... Oh, man, this is a precarious position to be in.
And that's why getting a forehead ground into your face is just about the most painful thing I can think of. Look at this, JR. You talk about old school, a grinding forearm to the face.
That's a time-tested method of inflicting excruciating pain on your opponent. And it's only gotten more brutal with age.
Listen to the crowd, JR. I think they've got something to say to these superstars.
And if they're smart, they'll listen. Remember, without these fans, these superstars are out of a job. The very
Here's the pin! Could this be it?
This is a classic matchup, King. I'm so glad the WWE fans are getting the chance to see it.
Yeah, and I'm happy that I'm getting to see it too, JR. I just wish they'd pick up the pace a little.
This is classic old-school wrestling at its finest. You, of all people, should be able to appreciate that, King.
Wait a minute, JR. You're not trying to say that I'm old, are you?
Of course not, King. He may get the 3 count here. He almost got the 3 count. Almost doesn't count.
I've got to say, JR, I'm really impressed by what we've seen here tonight.
How could you not be, King? These are some of the finest athletes in all of sports entertainment.
I know that, JR. I'm just saying that this has been a great match so far.
It has indeed, King, and I think it's only going to get better from here on out.
I'm so happy that we have a superstar like Edge on the Raw roster. Someone who sets goals for himself and doesn't let...
Oh, no! That last shot busted him wide open.
It sure did, JR. And if I can borrow one of your lines, business is picking up.
This isn't business, King. That's a human being in there. And he's in bad shape now.
Tanga. Wrestling ng ano.
This match has the potential to be an instant classic. And I think these fans are too stupid to realize it.
How can you say that, King? How can you insult the intelligence of these WWE fans?
Well, I heard that we gave them an IQ test, and the results came back negative.
Folks, I've got to apologize for the King here tonight. He must have gotten up on the wrong side of somebody else's bed this morning.
What a counter! Did you ever think you'd be watching these superstars compete against... Looks like they got the tag, JR.
I've had many opportunities to see Carlito up close and in person. And I have to tell you, I'm impressed with what this kid brings to the table.
What's that exactly? A bunch of half-chewed apples? What's so cool about that?
I tell you what's cool, King, and that's the charisma and athletic ability of the second-generation superstar.
Sorry, JR, but I just don't see it. Maybe they'll get it right with the third generation.
Tanga.
Kurt Angle's too competitive for his own good. He doesn't know when he's met his match. He'd rather risk a serious injury than quit.
Well, maybe that's because Angle has never truly met his match, King. I've never seen a superstar triumph over adversity the way Kurt Angle has.
Well, Angle's gotten lucky more times than I can count.
His opponent is in the turnbuckle, and the close fist punches come raining down.
And there's nowhere you can go from there, JR. You just gotta ride it out.
He's got his opponent trapped in the turnbuckle, and these punches will certainly take their toll.
No doubt about it, JR. You can't take this many shots and expect to just bounce back. I think I know who's going to win this one, JR.
Oh, really? Enlighten us, King.
He's going up, but what's he going to do when he gets there? Oh, boy. These fans have got something on their minds, JR.
Looks like the tag is made.
Can you believe we actually get paid to...
He's got his opponent in a pinning predicament.
Man.
These superstars are going to put each other through wrestling hell tonight.
They've already got a pretty good start on that, JR.
They have indeed, King. I don't think there's an ounce of... He's got that submission hold locked in.
He sure does, JR. He might make his opponent tap out right here. Wow, there's a hole you don't want to find yourself in, JR.
You sure don't, King. We've seen many a superstar tap out to this one. I don't even know if you can use the word monster to describe King anymore. He's become so twisted.
Oh my gosh, look at all that blood.
That we could be looking at a pinfall here, folks.
Yo. Panalo tayo.
Here are your winners, the People's Champ and Edge.
Okay. Search for number 1 contender continues tonight on Raw. Okay, so basahin ninyo na lang, guys. So save na natin, guys.